Spotlight, spotlight, spotlight. Yo, spotlight, spotlight. Yo, airway frequencies keep us connected. Spotlight, on me time, you've been selected. Hey yo, we here live at the Spotlight on Me podcast. I'm at another graduation, y'all. Can you believe it? Crowd popper for sure. Yeah. Let's go, Praise. Let's go. Bloomfield Hills High School, Spotlight on me. See these crackers right here? These crackers right here. These are some good crackers right here. These are the kind of crackers that will save your life. I am not playing with you when I tell you I was sick to death, and these crackers held me in the ball game. I put a little bit of water in my mouth, and it just washed right down. Get you some club crackers or any kind of cracker, and it might save your life. Club crackers. Don't play with them.
Grace Simon Franklin. Sloan Ryan Freed.
I see one, I see two. I feel blessed. How about you?
Yo, this is Kel Franklin. Welcome to the Spotlight on Me podcast. I'd like to welcome our guest today, Miss Victorie Franklin, ladies and gentlemen.
What's good?
How are you, ma'am?
I'm doing excellent. I'm blessed. Happy to be here.
All right. I understand that you are a proud graduate of Howard University.
Woo woo!
Yes,
HU.
sir. Yes, ma'am. Excuse me, HU. You know. How did you like going to an HBCU?
Well, I loved it. You know, I went to predominantly white schools my whole life. So when my friend, Natalie, her dad offered to take us to homecoming my senior year of high school, it was a very cool experience because I had never been in a place where there was that many black people at once. And so having that kind of culture shock, I really appreciated it because I was in a space where I didn't have to affirm myself. It was already in the environment. I was around people who understood me, who understood my culture and what I came from. I didn't have to explain anything. And while being there, in one of my literature classes, we started studying Toni Morrison. And reading one of her stories, she says how we don't hear a lot of literature through the black lens. And
very important.
Right? And I never really thought about that, how a lot of my experience in school was through a very white lens. And everything I was learning was through a white lens. So it was really interesting having that shift of learning history through black people's eyes and reading literature through black minds. And it kind of just, expanded me, and it expanded how I wanted to learn about myself and what lens that was going to be through.
Yes, ma'am. What was your major, if I can ask?
Music business major, jazz voice minor.
We have a very educated young woman in our presence today. How did you like the DC experience?
I loved it. And if I'm going to be honest, I miss it every single day. I would say the biggest difference for me, being in DC versus being back home was, growing up, I grew up in the suburbs. I didn't really grow up in the city. So going to school in the city and having the train and being able to get around without a car, I really liked that experience because I like adventure, I like exploring. So being able to do that on foot, I really liked that new experience.
The DC area, which for those who don't know, is mixed and blended with Virginia and Maryland. So there's a lot of area that can be traveled on subways and buses and things of that nature. Every black person actually should go to DC just to have the experience of Chocolate City.
I don't know if it's that chocolate anymore.
Right.
Gentrification, unfortunately.
It's an effect, y'all. It's an effect.
And I saw it firsthand for real because when I first got to Howard, you would hear this whole narrative of we don't really like the locals be on campus. But that was the culture. That's what made the campus so live. And I guess like after 2020, I would say that's when like a lot more gentrification started happening and more like white people were present in the community. And that definitely affected, in my opinion, Howard culture a lot. Because it's like you're feeding off the community around you. And I don't think like we as students really noticed that until like it was gone from us.
That's good information, ladies and gentlemen. I know your grandma was very influential in your decision to go to Howard. Can you expound on that just a little bit more for the people?
So anyone who knows my grandmother, she knows like, or they know that she was like very protective of us. And I wanted to go to NYU at first, you know, like New York, it's a really prestigious institution, you know, music excellence. But when I told her about that, she was like, no. Like, I guess like the thought of,
She wasn't going for it.
yeah. The thought of Victorie at 18 years old in New York by herself just was not doing it for her. And so I told her about how like a lot of my friends were going to Howard, and she was like, yeah, I like Howard. Like your grandfather's there, you have family, people to look out for you. And so we started leaning more into that option. And then after I went for homecoming, I was sold on it, so I didn't mind.
Howard homecomings are legendary, ladies and gentlemen, legendary.
The men! It's like, no, I'm just kidding.
I have so many things I can say right there. I would just say no, Diddy. What do you think that the most important thing was that you learned from your college experience?
Deep intimacy with Christ.
Okay.
Yes. Being away from my family in a new environment, at first I was really excited because that's like my personality and I just want to get out into the world. I don't want to have any restrictions. But then once I was like out there, I lost grandma really early in my college experience. It sent me into like this place of deep reflection and trying to figure out like what kind of woman I want to be, what kind of artist I want to be, what do I want to present to the world. Like I want to be a good person. And so the only way, in my opinion, to get to that was to really dive into my relationship with God. And the verse that he gave me going through college was Psalms 91, which is resting in the secret place of the Most High. That was my motto going through college. Rest in that relationship with God and everything is going to be okay.
All right. I like that. That's good stuff right there. Ladies and gentlemen, take heed. Oh, the people want to know what's going on with your music, ma'am. Can you please expound on what is going on with your music, because everyone is going crazy and wants some material.
That is the worst question anyone can ask me. I'm just kidding.
No, it's got to be the best.
I would say, okay, going to college, studying music, it sends you into this like really vulnerable space of just like, I don't even know how to explain it. I'm still finding the words for it completely, but in my opinion, music is just like one of those things that's supposed to be free and you're not supposed to be graded on it. So being put into a space where like it's very academic, that like threw me off in a lot of ways. And so I spent a lot of that time just trying to figure out what kind of artist I want to be and finding confidence in my voice, because growing up, I witnessed like a powerhouse type of singer. And I think naturally I wanted to emulate that. And going to school, I realized like I have kind of the opposite voice type. So I had to learn like how do I sing for my voice type? What's my instrument? And being comfortable in that and confident in it. And learning what kind of music I want to make, what genre do I want to get into, and all this stuff. Now that I've graduated, I think I have more of an idea of what that is, what kind of artist I want to be. But now I have to start making the music. I have to make the actual content that reflects that. So I think I just need to experience life as this version of Victorie and let the music come organically, because I've tried forcing it. I've tried putting together these projects, and I think God has held off on me putting it out because there's still some things I got to figure out. But I want y'all to know it is on the forefront of my mind. I do want to get music to you. I've been working on stuff. I have a lot of stuff in the archives. It's just going to take time to roll it out the way that I want to do justice, you know, to my career and who I am as an artist.
It's hot, y'all. I'm going to give y'all the insight. It's hot.
It's
real.
coming, I swear.
No bias. No bias. I'm a fan. I'm personally a fan. So I'm looking forward to this project, man.
I am too, y'all.
As
I
they
am
are
too.
as well.
We all are.
Last but not least, where can the people reach you for more on Victorie Franklin?
On my Instagram, that is where you can see the most of me. Victorie, 2 underscores. If you don't know how to spell my name, Victorie, 2 underscores. Yeah.
All right. Well, we thank you for your time, ma'am, and we wish you nothing but love and success in the future. We know that when your music does drop, that it will be a success. We know that you are very much well on your way, and we congratulate you on your graduation from Howard University.
Thank you. And thank you to my amazing community, because without y'all, I would not have been able to do it.
All right, y'all. Thank you. This has been another episode of the Spotlight on Me podcast. And we're out.
Anything before we cut that you might want to edit in?
Yes, but I'm like, what do I want to exactly say? I guess I really just want to like emphasize all the people who invested into me, because, you know, getting someone through college is not an easy journey. And I think like for our family, like we were going through a lot as well through that period. So I just want to say thank you to the people who stuck beside our family, who poured in a lot of love to us, who have helped us, who have helped me, because like this means a lot to my grandmother and this is a gift to her. So like, thank you for allowing me to give that gift to her.
Yes, ma'am. In Jesus' name. All right.